Good morning to you again. Yes, we are indeed coming to you from the march here in Cape Town, making its way through the CBD en route to Parliament. I'm standing, we are situated on a flatbed truck. This, of course, is ahead of quite a few hundred protesting organizations. They're from various communities as well as civil society. Now, at the moment, I'm standing with Suraya Dawoodin. She's also one of those leaders speaking to us on behalf of these various organizations. I'm going to ask Ntlantla Faso, my colleague, just to step back a bit and for Suraya to come into the picture. Suraya, we spoke to you earlier on. Of course, we're going to just ask you again. You mentioned the issue of government servicing debt. And you're talking about the fact that the economy is not growing to support people on the ground. Poverty levels are through the roof. We've spoken to some people that say they just cannot make ends meet. Government needs to spend where it actually benefits the poor, working class people of South Africa.
We have a long history of deindustrialization through government policies. Government did not protect our industries. We have an investment strike by big capital, but big capital is allowed to take money out of the country in terms of billions. Government is refusing to implement a wealth tax. There is no jobs being created. We've had a decimation of staffing, services, infrastructure in the public service, and yet government has a very flippant attitude where senior ministers and the president himself says, when I applied for a job, no one offered me a job. I went looking out for it. Our infrastructure doesn't accommodate young people where the unemployment levels are up to 60%. With adults, it's up to 40%. It's a totally unacceptable state of affairs, and we cannot have politicians who don't use the public service because they qualify for a whole lot of benefits through our taxpayers' money to keep decimating what the working class uses.
So you talk about reindustrialization, Suraya. How do we start to address reindustrialization?
We need reindustrialization based on people's needs. We need a massive housing program that serves the needs of the working class. The handful of houses they produce per year is not climate friendly, is overpriced. They don't have a proper plan. We need a quality, affordable public transport system. We need public services that deliver. That creates jobs. That makes life easier for the working class and for the general population. And yet government seems to have no plan.
Suraya Dawoodin, thank you so much for speaking to me. Just some of the views there from on the ground. Well, actually, we're a little bit elevated at the moment. But of course, what you see behind us is that a march happening through the CBD at the moment before the all-important budget speech later on this afternoon.